Before we start your listening session, we wanted to provide a brief introduction to the Tampa Bay Coastal Master Plan. The Tampa Bay Coastal Master Plan is being organized and facilitated by the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council. The Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council is one of 10 planning councils across Florida. We provide a forum to foster communication, coordination, and collaboration in identifying and addressing needs regionally. These needs generally include economic development, emergency preparedness, environmental planning, and resiliency planning. Since 2010, the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council has advanced regional resilience efforts, from modeling catastrophic hurricane impacts with Project Phoenix to developing practical tools and economic analyses that highlight the growing risk of sea level rise. These efforts culminated in the formation of the Tampa Bay Regional Resiliency Coalition, uniting local governments around a coordinated, long-term resilience strategy. Across Tampa Bay, coastal flooding is becoming more frequent. Storm surge, heavy rainfall, tides, and sea level rise can combine to create complex flooding that impacts homes, roads, businesses, livelihoods, and critical infrastructure. Tampa Bay is considered one of the most vulnerable regions in Florida to coastal flooding and sea level rise. In fact, counties could lose nearly $3 billion in property value by 2045 and $16.9 billion by 2070. At the same time, communities are growing and ecosystems are changing, and our infrastructure was built for conditions we no longer have. The traditional way of dealing with water has been to engineer around it, and we have built to keep the water out by damming, draining, and diverting it. We have treated water as a nuisance and developed over much of our wetlands that stored floodwaters. We have to plan to live with the water versus continuing to try to engineer our way out of it. Total protection isn't possible, but we can adapt. We can reduce the flood impacts and build our communities to be more resilient in the face of a changing climate. The good news? Action now saves lives, property, and dollars in the future. Every dollar spent on adaptation saves our region at least $2.27. If we start to adapt now, we will see significant savings in the long term. The problem is, we don't have a regional flood adaptation plan with place-based projects guiding implementation, and we're not coordinating with each other enough to bring in the big investments we need to mitigate our flood risk. Coastal master plans help prioritize flood reduction projects for funding. We've seen this particularly in Louisiana, who began their coastal master plan in 2007 in response to the devastating hurricane impacts from Katrina and Rita. Since its inception, the Louisiana Plan has mobilized between $300 million and $1.75 billion in coordinated funding each year, resulting in 150 completed projects and 40 more in construction since 2023. So we are creating one of our own. Broadly, the Coastal Master Plan will help illustrate flood risks for the region's diverse communities and habitats, and it will propose a suite of place-based restoration and structural and non-structural flood risk reduction projects. In essence, we are creating a roadmap to guide implementation of flood adaptation projects. In 3 years, when the Tampa Bay Coastal Master Plan is published, our region will be better prepared for large-scale funding opportunities. We have 2 big goals for the plan. First is to reduce current and future flood risk to our communities, and second, to protect our habitats and ensure our natural systems are resilient in the face of a changing climate. The plan's boundaries include all 7 counties within our Resiliency Coalition. We will be looking at flooding within both coastal and inland communities alike. Although it's called a coastal master plan, inland communities in our coastal counties are an important component of the plan. Working across all coastal and inland communities will best serve the over 4 million residents that call our area home. We will be looking at a diverse range of flood drivers, including sea level rise, tidal flooding, rainfall, and storm surge. The focus is on lower intensity, high frequency events rather than the high intensity, low frequency flood events, such as major hurricanes. We are in the second year of a 4-year project. What's important to note is that this is a cyclical process, and once we finish the plan, the process will start again for the next iteration. This is intended to support adaptation management and the continuous loop of planning, acting, monitoring, evaluating, and adjusting. Partners currently leading the project include the Tampa Bay Regional Planning Council, UF-IFAS Extension, National Wildlife Federation, Stetson Law, and the Tampa Bay Estuary Program. We are not developing this plan alone. We have over 60 partner organizations committed to supporting the plan as well. The project is possible due to funding from the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation and other agencies. We want to make sure the plan reflects the voices of our residents. There are many opportunities to get involved with the plan. You can take our flood mapping survey to identify problem flood areas around the region. You can join the plan's quarterly technical or community work group meetings. You can sign up to receive email updates about the meetings and plan's progress. You can join as a partner to support the plan, or you can simply help us spread the word. Check out tampabay.org to learn more about the plan, or feel free to contact us with any questions.